So we got a lot to talk about, huh?
Yeah, I just want
A
to
little bit.
catch everybody up
Just
with
catch
what's
up.
going
Just
on.
catch up.
I appreciate everybody hanging out with us. We are live on YouTube. Let's go ahead and get started here, Juice.
We
Hold on one
good?
second. We're not about to be.
Give me some tunes, man. I haven't been in here for a while, but you know
Right.
how we do, man. Give me some tunes to come into.
There we go. All right.
We'll be rocking with. Oh,
Ah.
okay. Juice, can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Oh, yeah, you can. I want to say thank you and welcome back to everybody hanging out with us on a Tuesday night on this special edition of
The hot box. Man, I
He's
haven't said that in a while.
he is Kevin McClinton, aka Juice.
What's going on, guys? I'm glad I can be with you guys over the phone. I'll be back in there next week.
Good.
But it's good to be back, man. It's good to be back. I haven't seen you guys in a while, and the hot box is always a good way to kind of get back on track. So it's good to be with you guys.
He's Froghorn Leghorn, aka Darren McClinton.
I'm back in the building. I haven't been here in a minute, man. It's good to see you guys. Juice, I'm glad you could join us from the your Benson Dubois study.
Yeah, let's talk about that. He's got a study.
Yeah, he's in the study, Ken.
He is in the study.
Hey, man.
I mean, is there another word for it? Like, what do you an office?
Yeah.
I don't. When I
You call-
think
like, what do
study,
you
I
call
think
it?
Benson
Like,
and the governor's mansion, and
I've never had a study. I mean, you might have a guest room or maybe
Exactly.
a rec room, maybe a rumpus
Okay.
room,
all right.
but the studies
Not a
that's.
study.
I mean,
am I showing my age?
yeah,
or maybe you're showing the fact that we need to step up our game because maybe
Yeah.
one day I want to have a
Okay.
study in my house.
bougie bon
Okay.
time.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I just want to
Alright.
get things started with a knock it off to Juice McClinton for having a study.
Study, and that's where he's joining us from.
He needs to
I'm
straight
glad
knock
you could
it
join us
off.
from your study, man. I wonder what kind of
Well,
phone
I don't
that
I'm
is.
in the
want a lot
basement.
of noise, man. I need to be able to hear y'all very clearly, so I don't want a lot of noise.
Soundproof.
I can
That's good.
come into a
Gotcha.
room that I know, be able to eliminate the noise.
Well,
So,
today is the first day of school, so all the kids should be off of their gadgets and the PlayStations and Xboxes, and getting
First
a good
day of
night's
school
sleep.
for you guys today?
Today,
I like
yeah,
it. I like it.
yeah.
day after Labor Day. It was
Always
a
holdouts after Labor Day.
busy day today.
I mean,
My daughter started the 8th grade today.
man.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my goodness.
I'm not looking forward to that twice.
I woke up early this morning, and I see my daughter
Yep.
in front of my sink, my wife in front of her sink, and they're both looking in her. I said, hold on. We're not doing this makeup thing. What's the 8th grade bringing?
Yeah.
A little lip gloss?
Nope.
Or what? I don't know, but
No.
yeah, I went
Hey,
right in
isn't
there with
that-
the
isn't
wash
that- that's
rag.
not a-
I went
that's not
right in
allowed,
there
man.
with the wash rag.
That's not allowed, is it?
No,
That's
it's
not
not.
allowed.
No, it's not allowed. No, he
Not
said he
in
went
no
in with the wash
independent
rag.
School, it's not allowed.
He
I
said he
went
went
in there with the wash rag. Don't even get that thought through your, you know.
So
you
you're
know,
public enemy number one in your house right
Oh,
now.
absolutely.
Oh, that is great.
I woke up, I
Oh,
saw
yeah.
them both just in the mirror.
You're causing grief. You're catching grief. That's a bad
Oh, it
spot.
must be 8th grade, man. Must be 8th grade.
What's your nephew? What's junior in? Is
KJ
he seventh or
is
eighth?
AJ's in the 5th grade.
Fifth. Oh, I thought he was up. I thought he was in middle school. Okay.
Man,
Nah. He looks like it though. He's in the 5th grade. He grew some this summer, and
big boy, big
now
boy.
Now
Fresh
he's
shape
walking
up,
around with it. He got his hair dyed.
He got a
He's
fresh
walking
shape up?
around with some
fresh
blonde
shape
hair.
up.
Hairline fresh.
Man,
Hot cologne on.
he spent
Yeah,
the summer
man.
looking like a French soccer player with the Kool-Aid in the top, and oh
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you can rock it, I say rock it.
Yeah, he's rocking it.
Any
KJano.
any knock it offs for any of the people that are just getting the first day back to school way wrong? Besides,
I'd like to knock it off to all the social media people that go overboard with their first day of school pictures.
okay, yeah,
It's
too much.
It's way too much. For some of them, I like to get updated on my friends and those people out there that want to want to show the nice school outfit. First day for public school kids, the first day of school
Gotta show
outfit
out?
is you gotta come correct. You know, private school, you gotta wear a uniform for most of them, but the ones that are outrageous with it and want to get the details of the new backpack and
Yep.
turn around all 3 and 4 different, knock it off with all that. We don't have time for that.
Well, so when I was at McNamara, it didn't go to uniforms until the end of my career.
Uh-huh.
When I was a freshman at McNamara, we had a dress code, but no
Yeah.
uniform. So you had to wear a tie. But my
Yeah,
dress
some
code game
parameters.
was so legit. Like
Yeah.
the skinny tie,
Yeah.
like some yellows and some mustards going on, on those, long sleeve button downs. I looked like a junior pimp.
Right, but
It
see,
was
that's
good.
the thing. When you have some rules, but they're not specific rules,
Yeah.
you can put your own little swag on.
Oh
it,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Some people have the knit ties,
yeah,
some people have the skinny tie, some people have the
absolutely.
fat tie.
Absolutely.
Hey Ken, so you did have the skinny tie. You didn't have one of them little fat ties that didn't get to your stomach, did you?
No.
Did you didn't have one of them? Okay.
First of all, I
just
look
wanted to make sure.
ridiculous. There's no way I'm going to convince you that I didn't look ridiculous. I looked like I was 12 years old until I was about 24. So and it was just a terrible, terrible look. I had tinted glasses. I insisted on having tinted glasses. I wore prescription glasses at the time, and I convinced my parents to let me get tinted glasses, which in retrospect was hilarious. I can't believe my mom fought me tooth and nail. You don't want this. I promise you, you don't want this. This is terrible. The mug that my mom made of my picture when I had tinted glasses was made like I think every one of my college roommates had a copy of that mug and T-shirts made of it. It was pretty terrible / amazing.
Let me ask you this: how long did you have? So usually, when you have the first day of school, you have your gear laid out on your bed for 2 days.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so usually you got it laid out. You got to look at it 3 or 4 times to make sure it looks good. You know what I mean? How long did you have yours? Did you just pick it out the night before, or did you have it laid out, ironed and fresh and all that? How did you go about your gear for the first day?
So I had gone from grade school where I had a uniform to a
Right.
dress code in high school. I dressed for less at Ross. A little
Okay.
bit of merry-go-round in there, and a little bit of whatever other discount store my mom dragged us all to
Right.
the weekend before school. Black pants, lots of color in the shirt, black tie. That was my game early on. I didn't
Okay.
know any
You
better.
was fresh to death.
Yeah, except for my face, my body, but other than that, I was totally dropping some crazy heat for sure.
Oh man! All right.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, all right. Let's switch gears for a second.
All right.
Now, before we get into this basketball piece, I have another knock it off, and it comes from the football world.
Okay.
All
I
right.
already know what you said.
Hey, Juice, you know where I'm going with this.
I know.
Why do we do this, Juice? Why? Okay. There's a
What's his name?
football player.
Yeah, what's the name, right? What's the name?
There is a football player, and supposedly he's good.
Which one? Which level? Are we talking pro or
He
college?
better be. He better be.
He's high school. He's a high school.
Okay,
player.
high school, because there's some
Right,
pros
he's a high
now
school
too.
player, and he's very good.
Okay.
Supposedly because he gets interviewed after the game, which
Yeah.
means he's either the player of the game or it's because of this ridiculous thing that his parents undone.
Yeah, what is it?
His last name is Crawford. Let's get that out
Okay.
the way. Last name is
This
Crawford.
Crawford.
Okay.
Plenty of Crawfords
Oh,
out there.
Of course.
Yeah.
First name,
Yeah, go ahead, bring it on.
the coldest. Now,
The coldest?
yes. Now, for those of
Hold
y'all,
on. But you got.
hold up. Is capital D,
Yeah.
lowercase e, apostrophe,
Oh my God.
capital C, coldest.
Capital
Right?
C coldest.
So it's the coldest.
The coldest.
Right? Okay. Now, for those of y'all that are below the Mason-Dixon line
Yep.
or familiar with slang below the Mason-Dixon line, Southern slang, if you're very good, you're cold. Okay?
Yeah.
So,
Right.
So that southern slang is that boy cold right there. He cold. right?
Yeah.
So not only is he cold, he's the
He's
coldest.
the coldest.
And they've gone as far as to put that on his birth certificate. That's his government name. And we
Yeah.
call this their government. That's their
But
government.
I like it's phonetically. I can say like when I say the coldest,
Don't
I'm
tell
not.
me you
I'm
like
not.
this. I don't.
That's
I don't
not
want to hear how
perpetrating.
you
I am
twist
not
this
even close to
where you
perpetrating.
like it.
I'm just reading the birth certificate. The coldest.
The coldest. All right.
I can't even sound uncool saying it.
It doesn't stop
And
here,
that's
though, kid.
saying
It
a
does
lot.
not stop here.
Okay, what you got?
Let me tell you this boy's middle name.
Yeah, what is his middle name?
Okay, so if you don't want to dive into it, on the surface, his name is Dakotas Crawford,
Great.
right? I've heard of Davion. I heard of Demarion,
DeBrickashaw,
DeBrickashaw.
The Brickishaw, yeah.
So,
Equanimous,
so you
St.
can
John, who played. He was a receiver for the Packers.
so you can twist it and just be like, if you say it kind of fast, Dakotas. All right, Dakotas Crawford. All right, we have Dakotas Crawford right here, the player of the game. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's peel the layers back.
What's his middle name?
His middle name is To Ever Do It. Hold up.
Is it
Capital
hyphenated?
T
Okay.
apostrophe
Tuh.
Tuh. Yeah. like the Alabama
Is
quarterback.
it like EVA?
Tuh. EVA.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Capital D
Yeah.
OIT.
So that's almost like Doit.
No, my bad. Capital I.
Okay. If you got to capitalize that I to tell me that
Man,
it's
I
not
crooked
Doit.
letter, capital, crooked letter, I,
To
humpback,
ever-
humpback,
Back,
everything.
humpback, I.
Ever.
So we going the coldest to ever do it, Crawford.
That's great.
You can't help but to interview this guy after a game, especially if you get a touchdown.
Listen, I think name
I told you that boy the coldest to ever do it. I told you.
Eva.
But hold on, the coldest. Man, who you talking about? Man, the coldest to ever do it.
This is the problem that we go because
Why do we do this, Juice?
Why do we do this? Why do you
Unbelievable.
I
sit
think it's
up there
great.
and like it's almost selfish because it's about the parents.
Yeah.
The parents want to try
Yes.
to find some way to stick out or to have something totally different. But you are ruining this kid. This kid is going like I don't know how old he is now. What is he, 16?
Yeah.
There?
Yes.
I don't know what he is, but like, how do you name a kid the coldest to ever do it?
And
Crawford.
Juice. The there's a book
I
called
can't make this
Freakonomics
up.
where
This
this
is-
guy
this is-
took he did scientific studies on a variety of subjects, like a number of them. But one of
Right.
them that he did was the impact of a first name in a job interview. I mean, so that's what
So what's going to happen?
What's gonna happen there when
in the
he's-
second phase of his life?
That's where I'm going. That's where
Yep.
I'm going. Like, okay, now after this kid is finished with football, whenever that is, and he has to get into the work establishment and get into society, and he has to interview for a job, or let's say
he's the coldest
gets
to
a-
ever.
Yeah,
And,
I mean that's what he's coming to the table with.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think
That's what you're coming to the table with.
it's tough.
So when he interviews, he can't give his middle name. He just had to say, "I'm the coldest Crawford."
Capital T period. The coldest T Crawford.
There we go.
That's what it is. Or just DT
Terrible,
Crawford.
man.
DT Crawford.
It's awful. Knock it off.
That's
Terrible.
your
Coldest
autograph.
parents.
DT Crawford.
Terrible.
DTC in the house.
We got to do better,
DTC's
man. We have to do better.
Yes, we
have to
do.
better. We have to do better, man.
We
got to
do.
do better.
Well,
Terrible.
I tell you what we have to do better in is
Okay.
in basketball against Turkey. What the hell?
Yeah. Did you see that this morning?
Yeah, I did. I saw it.
I was actually following it down the stretch.
Yeah.
And if Turkey, for everybody out there, the U.S. team, they're 2-0 now. They just beat Turkey.
Scraped.
We beat Turkey this morning. We escaped
OT.
by the
Overtime. USA basketball should never be in overtime against anybody.
Wow. 93-92 in overtime. The Turkish team had a chance to put us away twice in overtime. They missed both free throws 2 times in the last 15 seconds. and gave us a chance to come back and win. Chris Middleton hit 2 free throws to put us up 1.
Scary injury.
Yeah, yeah. It's. I
How,
don't
how-
think this.
You think it'll be
I'm
okay?
not sure.
It's Tatum from the Celtics got hurt today.
Go ahead. And I'm not too sure about this USA team.
Oh yeah, what's to be sure about? They should be good enough.
They should. Any team that we suit up,
Should be good
with
enough.
with our talent.
And
No,
Pop-
that's not true. That's not true.
No.
I think it is.
Listen, Kev, and this is why I say this, because regardless of continuity, regardless of star power, if we can put some guys on the floor in a USA uniform that can, one, score the basketball, which we have the best scorers, two, shoot the basketball, which means we have some of the best shooters in the world to go along with these Europeans, and three, undersized bigs that can run the floor and play that style of game, the international style of game, we should be fine with the pool of players that we have available.
Yep.
Regardless of whether the Olympians opt out or not. Anytime you can plug in a Kemba Walker for a Kyrie Irving, what you're not missing much. And Kemba Walker may be even a better international style player because he's a dynamic scorer. But
I get what you're saying, Darren, but I don't think it necessarily. I mean, we're past that point where we can just put any team out there, man. Like the other countries have caught up to a certain degree. They have, man. I mean, they have some of the best players.
But we should be okay to get into the medal rounds.
What I'm saying is that I believe that all the major awards were won by non-Americans this year.
Absolutely.
If you look at it,
every single major award was a non-American.
By non-Americans. So what
that
says to you is that the other countries are catching up to us. I don't know if they're not there
Rookie
yet.
of the year, a Slovenian, Luka. The MVP Greek
was from
the Greek freak.
Right.
The most improved player was Siakam.
Right.
Donald Trump is trying to get rid of all these guys. I mean, he is trying to help our U.S. basketball team every single day by keeping all these people out.
Who was defensive player? Rudy Gobert, French.
Yeah, Rudy.
Right.
Yeah, every major award. You're right.
So what that tells you is that there are a lot. The other countries are catching up.
They're still not as deep as us, Juice.
We can't just put our eighth team out there, which is essentially what it is. Like our top players are not there. So when we go out there, we're going to struggle against teams like Turkey and these type of teams because you're not putting your best team out there. Now we run out there, LeBron and KD and Steph and Russell Westbrook and James Harden and all those guys, and that's a different story. But these guys aren't playing. You know what I mean? They don't want to wear and tear on their bodies, so they're not
that's
playing.
A huge message to the basketball world that our second and third tier guys are in trouble of not getting out of the.
I think they're going to be okay.
Preliminary
we still have the
round.
best coaching in the world, and it's not that we don't have our best. We don't have our A team. I'll grant you that. But no one's as deep. They're not as deep as us yet. But the one thing,
agree.
the thing about international basketball that I'm starting to enjoy and that I love is international basketball is starting to take on one aspect of the NBA in a way that it never has before. And in the NBA, you have five guys are on the floor. It's the one team sport where one guy could easily be 25 to 50% of a team and good enough to carry it. And in the star powered NBA. Even when Canada had Steve Nash, or when Germany had Dirk, or when the teams had the one guy, I think that other countries are starting to come through with a good 2 or a good 3, and that's good enough to put a game on somebody. But nobody's as deep as us. To me, the whole problem for U.S. basketball isn't the talent or their ability to compete. It's that fourth quarter mentality. We're putting some of the most talented players in the world on the floor, but if you look at what our A team does well, they're not better at being awesome basketball players. They're not. All those guys are awesome, A+++ players. What our best players are good at is winning games in the fourth quarter, And that's what I think the Team USA impact on the NBA will be greatest is creating a couple more guys who are playing well in the fourth, because a lot of these guys don't have to be their team's best player in the NBA in the fourth quarter, and that's all that matters.
I'll tell you this: the thing I don't like is our style of play sucks. And I'm going to be honest with you. The way we play basketball is we dominate. Like, we have players that dominate the basketball. You know what I mean? And when you get to the point where you don't have those players, those great one-on-one individual players, then it shows. Then everything now our weaknesses show, because the other countries move the ball. They move it, they pass, they cut, they screen, they do all the things that you're supposed to do to play basketball. What we do in this country is we dominate. We play one-on-one basketball. We dominate, we penetrate, we kick for threes. And when you don't have those type of players on your roster, which is what we don't have now, we don't have a KD, we don't have a Steph, we don't have a LeBron, we don't have a James Harden. We don't have these players that can dominate the basketball and create. Then all of a sudden, now your weaknesses start to show, because we don't move the ball.
Juice,
we don't do that.
That's a great point, because I wanted to get into that as well, about the style of play, right? So in Europe, and you know, I played there 14 years, and I understand how they do over there.
How
in
do
Europe,
they do?
In Europe, so right now, you know how football season is going on, is starting right now, and it's the off season for basketball, right? So
They're playing soccer.
In Europe, they play all year round, but they don't play the way we play. Like, the U.S. game is so athletically influenced, and it's so dominant on explosion and speed and power, and those kind of things are really taxing on your body. And that's why some of these players, instead of playing all year round, are opting to not do these international competitions. But the Europeans, they for a couple months, they won't even pick up a basketball. They'll just work on their condition. They'll jog, run, work on their stamina, and then another couple months they'll start working on their skill work. They'll just do all skill stuff, because their game is different, right? So their bodies aren't so worn out by playing like a pogo stick all the time, but they're constantly all year round working on their skills. And when they get to these kind of tournaments, that's what they want to do. They want to test themselves against U.S., which is the best of the best, and they're ready, because they've been, they're in sync. They're never in off season like we are, and I think the style of play has a lot to do with that, because the way we play and the way the NBA is, we can't do that all year round. That's why we're talking about injury prevention and ways to rest your body, and different getting cryotherapy and massages and
Burning
all these
your
kind
feet.
of things to not burn out, because of the way we play. We play balls to the wall.
Well, that's the other problem with the Team USA, is that it's taken some of our best players in the NBA and basically added like 2 or 3 seasons worth of basketball in like 6 or 7 years worth of extra real time. Sorry, Juice, I had to turn you down there because it sounded like you were watching the news.
I'm sitting there. No, I'm still in my study.
In your
study.
And are you smoking a pipe and sipping sherry in a smoking jacket with like a wall of books behind you?
With my cigar in my mouth. Yeah, man,
all right. Just making sure, because that's the way I picture you, and I don't want to ruin that.
No, that's all right. That's cool.
All right, so listen, we're far removed from the NBA season, but we have awesome basketball stuff to talk about. I want to get us out of here on a couple of quick ones to get I want to take some temperature, because I haven't had a chance to talk to you guys in a while. So I'll ask each of you the same question, and Juice, you get to lead us off. From this far out, what's the college basketball team you're most looking forward to seeing this season?
Maryland.
I mean, I love the answer, and I actually think it's homery, but it's what I would have said. But let's talk about it for a second, because they'll have a senior point guard, which to me is something almost almost no one can say anymore. The only teams that have them are the teams you're talking about in the tournament, who are like the 8 or 9 seed. lower conference winners, and you look at their team and they're full of upperclassmen because that's who stays at those schools.
Right.
Maryland's got
Right.
to, but talk to me about Sticks. How excited are you about him this year?
I'm excited about him because I think now he's got a little bit of pressure off of him, and it's funny to say that because coming in as hyped as he was coming in, he had a lot of pressure on him then. But I think now, he didn't go to the NBA. He's got an opportunity to be the man inside. He's got an opportunity to really kind of put his stamp on this team because he's going to be a go-to guy. I think last year he deferred a lot, and he had to play. Bruno was there, Ant was there. So they had some players there that were really kind of taking at the forefront. But I think with him this year, he's going to be the man.
Yep.
And I think he's got to be able to prove that. He's going to have there are a lot of young kids on this team, and it's going to come down to what he can do. I think Darren and I saw Ant this summer. We coached him again in the Kenner League, and he played great. So I think it's really on Ant to really show the leadership, but also it's up to Sticks to really prove what kind of player he's going to be moving forward, and whether or not he's an NBA player coming out next year. But I'm looking forward to seeing Maryland. I think it's the big year for Turgeon. I think he's got to. I think they got to get at least to the Sweet 16 or the Elite Eight. I really do believe that. And for them to, to have a successful season. But the Big Ten is going to be tough again this year. But I think Maryland's got a good team, and they just got to go out there and prove it. And they got a couple guys I think that can lead the way for them.
What about you?
And
Same
Juice,
question to you.
think I want to follow up on what you were saying, and Sticks has put on about 15 pounds of muscle.
Great.
So you might gotta start calling him Trunks now instead of Sticks because he's really filled out, and
Right.
I think that's a good thing for him because he, like you said, he jumped out last year and he was a freshman phenom. He jumped onto the scene, and a lot of people were saying, okay, is he a one and done guy? And now all that pressure is off of him, and he can really show NBA scouts, what they want to see and what they thought they were going to see in him, even as a senior in high school. So, I'm really excited about his progression
Development.
into his sophomore year. I think Maryland is a team to watch. I agree with you on that. Michigan, everybody has Michigan State winning the Big Ten and Maryland second, but they have Maryland as a top 10 team in the country, which
would be fun.
Deservedly so. And I think.
Well, who's your team?
Another team that I want to see this year is Virginia. I want to see how they follow up last year's national championship team after losing Ty Jerome and Kyle Guy.
Yeah. Let's see. You want to see Casey Morsell get on the floor? You think he starts as a freshman?
Yes, I think so.
Oof.
I think so.
I hope so.
Now, here's the reason why UVA is going to be interesting. It's Tony Bennett's system. Is it that defense, that pack line defense? Is it going to work no matter who you plug in there? You know what I mean? They lost so much offensive firepower from last year, and can you just plug new pieces into those slots and play that kind of suffocating defense and still have that much success?
Yeah.
I want to see that, especially in the ACC. They're gonna, ACC is gonna be loaded again.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting to see what Tony Bennett does with this new mob. I really like. Juice had the opportunity to coach. What's the big fella's name from UVA?
Jay Huff.
Yeah, Jay Huff. He was very impressive this summer in the Kenner League. Inside, outside guy, blocks shots. He doesn't foul. Runs the floor well. It's interesting to see how he steps to the forefront. Also Casey Morsell coming in there with the veteran guard that what's his name, Keon something. I want to see what UVA does this year.
All right, now I'll let you lead off on this one. What was your favorite roster move made by the Redskins closing camp?
getting rid of Dotson.
Oh, he stole it from you, Juice. I was
I
setting you
know.
up. He stole it from you.
Yeah,
I,
he did.
hey, listen, good. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. The Minnesota Vikings have him now. I love the move because of Terry McLaurin, but I was dead wrong. I mean, I thought they were going to keep him. I mean, I love the idea that they're just committed to a completely fresh young set of wide receivers. And Terry McLaurin, Juice, we can put all of our docs and stuff to bed, and thankfully so. Terry McLaurin is the real deal. He is going to be a legit wide receiver for the Washington Redskins out of the gate.
I'll tell
I,
you.
I'm gonna tell you this though. I've heard everything from camp, and I've heard everything what I from reporters and everything. I wish I had the opportunity to see him in preseason because he didn't play at all during preseason.
No.
So, we're all going off speculation. He hasn't really had an opportunity to play, with the whistle blowing and live game action. So I'm hoping that all this promise and all this potential that everybody's saying he has shows up on Sunday because, I mean, they gave away a lot. I mean, people can say what they want to say about Dotson, but he was an established vet for 3 or 4 years, and this kid's coming in as a freshman. I mean, not as a freshman, as a rookie, and he's got to be able to show. Now, with that being said, everything I heard the kid is a stud.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we'll see. I like it. I didn't.
Don't
think
do
Dotson
that,
was gonna
Juice.
last.
Stop talking all
I
that
did.
vet stuff.
Who's
You
Capo
wanted
Don?
Dotson out of here. Don't do that.
Hey.
No, I said it last year. I said Dotson was going to be gone. I said it last year, but so I like the move. The move that I like on my end
Yep.
is Darius Geis. The fact that they're starting him and the fact that he's going to get the brunt of the carries.
Yep.
And I know it's going to. My only concern is, and I'm sure you can attest to this, Ken, is how is Adrian Peterson going to be able to handle that? Is he going to be able to sit in the background and watch somebody else play when he's been the man for years and years? He's a Hall of Famer, and he's coming in. He's playing behind a kid that's never got a snap in the NFL.
They've been working together for a year, though,
Juice.
Juice. They've been working together for more than a year. Adrian Peterson took Geis under his wing right away. If anyone knows what a good-looking running back at 22 years old looks like, it's Adrian Peterson. Adrian's getting his money and he's gonna get his carries. But Darius Geis is 22 years old. He's a stud, and I just want to make sure before I go any further, Capo 17 Don. I don't know if we know who that is based on the handle. He's commenting on our college basketball talk. He is putting all his money on Kentucky out of the gate. I just have a hard time sometimes with Kentucky as a bet because I feel like you're never going to get good odds because everyone knows they're great.
Right.
But they don't, and then they're not going to come through for you at the end of the tournament. I don't know. Maybe I'm just down on what they're all about right now because they're
What's his
crazy
name? Capo?
talented. Capo 17 Don.
Capo, tune in when we do our college basketball preview show.
Oh yeah.
I'm inviting all your feedback. We're gonna go at it back and forth. All right. One thing. Another move that I think was important for the Redskins was naming Case Keenum the starting quarterback and putting to rest all of that.
Boo.
Wait. You know, Haskins is my guy, but to give the confidence to Case Keenum and get rid of all the speculation and just name him the starter, and then let's go from there. Okay, Haskins is our quarterback of the future, but name our starter and let's get him with the number ones, get him and comfortable and confidence going into the season opener. I think that was a smart move.
All right, Juice, I'm going to get you out. We're going to get out of here with a Give Me Your 5. Now, I just want to know, before I announce the Give Me Your 5 tonight, have you seen any movies lately? Have you been to the theater? Do they have theaters out there where you live in the middle of nowhere? Or you just hang out in your study? He's probably watching pirated videos in his study.
What was the last daggone movie I saw? It's been a minute. I've watched a lot of Netflix movies.
Lion King?
No, The Lion King doesn't count.
I haven't seen Lion King. I have not seen
What
Lion
you got,
King.
Cam?
I want to talk about the. Give me your five. Uh, action movie superhero characters from the last, from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, I'm assuming we've had this conversation. Now, I hope I'm not striking out here. There's 22 movies in the Marvel universe, starting with Captain America, Iron Man, all the characters that we just got through. 22 movies.
So we going all the way back?
Yeah,
Because I'm doing old school.
no. I'm talking about all the way back to the beginning of this 22 movie arc. They spent 22
okay.
movies building up this story that ended with Endgame. Now they're going to start on some new stuff coming up. But have you been? I mean, that you've watched all.
No, I'm the wrong person.
I'm gonna tell
I'm
you
the
the
wrong
baddest
person.
dude. Listen. I don't care if he's good or bad. The baddest dude out there is that daggone Thanos. I don't care what anybody says.
See, that's what I'm
Thanos
talking
is the
about.
baddest dude.
That's what I'm talking about. That's bringing it on a
The
Marvel Cinematic
baddest
Universe conversation.
Joker. I don't care. He's the best. He's the best. He's bad. He's a villain. But you give me Thanos any day of the week, all day long.
All right, I got to back up. Give me your five. I know we got some old school, Cool in the Gang, Summer Madness playing in the background. I don't think everyone can hear it, but I can because it's one of my all-time favorites. And I'm going to tell you right now, we're finishing out the summer, so I'm going to close out on what I think is going to be a winner. Give me your five, and we're going to do this in draft order, and Juice is going to lead us off. Give me your five best summertime hits that you're going to blast in your car with the windows down.
Oh, my goodness.
With the windows down on a nice summer day when you're rolling through the neighborhood. Juice, you go first. This is all time. It doesn't have to be recent. I want to hear something good.
Will Smith.
Will Smith, summertime?
Absolutely. That's the best.
I might be a reach at number one overall. No, you're number two.
Me, I'm number two?
Yeah, I only get one. I'm giving you guys two. I only get one pick.
One more chance. Biggie.
One more chance.
Absolutely.
Windows down.
Windows down, top all the way back.
Okay. Now I'm gonna give you. I've been stuck between two songs, but they're both kind of the same. All
right.
Because you know how I feel about Tribe, but It Was a Good Day by Ice Cube.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say that one. That was mine. That was my next one.
I'm going to go ahead and claim it at number 3 overall. Ice Cube Was a Good Day. And I'm going to hope that Nappy Roots Good Day stays available to me later for to be an undrafted free agent.
Cause see, y'all can't get stuck up on lyrics.
No.
Because if you're riding in your car, you don't have time to concentrate on the lyrics. It's all about the beat and the rhythm and the sound.
Yeah.
Because you're
driving. But listen,
so
if
somebody got to hang on to that.
If it's the summertime and you got your windows down, you're gonna rock summertime. That's the way it is. It don't have to be the best song.
Okay, I need a Timberland beat. I need.
We're snaking back. Froghorns on the clock.
Superfly. What's that
song? Misdemeanor.
Curtis Mayfield.
I can't stand the
rain.
Misdemeanor. Yeah.
Me and Superfly.
So that's
Yeah. No. Ficky. Yeah.
If you're putting Curtis Mayfield on full blast in the summertime, I that's me.
I like that.
But is that your pick? That's number 4 overall, right there.
I Can't Stand the Rain.
Yeah. But no. That means now Juice get the last pick.
Y'all just took by. Y'all took 2 of my songs.
Oh, you gotta have a board deeper than 5. You get to on some DeBarge Rhythm of the Night anytime you want. By the way.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Or some old school. I mean, I tell you right now, if the Benson theme song comes on and it as hummed by Juice, I'm probably slowing down to about 31 miles an hour and going nice and slow with every window down. Hey, I want to say thank you guys for hanging out on a Tuesday night with us. Capo 17 Don.
Hey Capo, keep that same energy. We coming with this college preview show
next Tuesday. Tell a friend.
I'll be back. I'll be in the studio next Tuesday, man. I'll see y'all next Tuesday.
Subscribe to this First Amendment Sports channel. It's free. You get an update on when we do stuff like this. Appreciate you. Until next Tuesday night, he's Juice McClinton.
A lot of fun, guys. Good to hear y'all's voices and get back into it, man. It's going to be basketball season's around the corner, man. So we got a lot of time to prep for it. But in the meantime, I'm getting ready for this game on Sunday, man. I got what the Skins I think are 9-point underdogs. I got the Skins flat out
Oh,
winning
that's
that
the
game.
pick of the week.
Mark my words. That's the pick of the week right there. +9.
He's
Skins +9.
Froghorn Leghorn, aka Darren McClinton.
Man, it's good to be back in the basement, man. To get some things off my chest.
We're in Maryland, by the
Talk
way,
with
Don.
you guys. You know, I'm gonna be making my rounds during this preseason, going to some different college practices and watching workouts and having different colleges come in to see my guys. So it's gonna be pretty exciting. And then seeing y'all do what y'all do on that football field.
We
you know,
got
with the
got some big football games coming up,
Yes.
but we also have a Juice. I talked a little bit about it with Darren tonight. We'll continue to talk about as we get closer. WCAC has some amazing basketball to cover. We'll get to
Will
that
do.
as well.
We'll wrap.
I appreciate everyone hanging out with us on a Tuesday night. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, I'm Ken Marangolo, and this was
The Hot Box.
appreciate you.
Hey, thanks
Good
a
night,
lot, so
fellas.
guys. Thanks, Juice.
Good night. All right. Good night.
Still alive. Still
Yeah.
alive. Still alive.
Did you click Juice out of the study?
Juice is